Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I don't know why I do this myself. I really don't. I have no business watching this show whatsoever. I am not the target audience. We have a new show on Apple TV Plus called Loot, starring Maya Rudolph. The first 3 episodes dropped today. The story is about a woman who's married to a billionaire, and they get divorced, so now she has to try to take control of her fundraiser company and prove to the world and to herself that she doesn't need her husband, that she can be a strong, independent woman on her own. That's pretty much what the gist of this comedic show is. What it's about. So the cast is interesting. I mean, Maya Rudolph is starring in it. That was the main draw for me. I used to love her, the character she used to play on Saturday Night Live. So to see her in like this new comedy show on Apple TV, it sort of reminded me of Ted Lasso, starring Jason Sudeikis. He was also a former SNL member. I thought maybe we got Ted Lasso on our hands. Maybe we got another SNL cast member that's going to break into this comedic sort of maybe drama and actually make a breakthrough. You know, you never know what shows are ending up being good or bad, so I just want to check it out. And this is no Ted Lasso. This is one of the worst shows I've ever seen. Now, listen, like I said in the beginning, I am not the target audience. There is definitely an audience out there that will find this show charming, funny, relatable. I think maybe like a lot of like divorced moms could get on board with this show and like the jokes. In the first episode, you know, I felt sort of back and forth on it. Some jokes I actually found were funny. Other jokes completely like went over my head and I just didn't care for it at all. I wasn't laughing. But like I said, like this show is just not going to be for everyone. I think there is a small population out there that will thoroughly enjoy this. Just the comedy elements are just not mine. Like, I just don't find it that funny. So Maya Rudolph's husband is played by Adam Scott. I love Adam Scott, especially recently. He just started Severance, which was a phenomenal show on Apple TV Plus. Anyone who hasn't seen Severance yet, please go and watch that. That is a great show. The show gave, I mean, the dynamic of the relationship gave off like the Jeff Bezos sort of vibe. As we all know, he recently got through a divorce, and now his wife has become like the richest woman in the world because of that divorce money. The same thing happens with this woman who gets a divorce because she finds out that Adam Scott is cheating on him. That's no spoiler. That's like in the synopsis for the show if you look it up. And now she's the third richest woman on the planet. And so, you know, at first she's all like drunk and she's trying to like sort of like get used to like this life with like no husband. And then this fundraiser company comes along and calls her and she ends up being the boss of it. And like she wants to now go into the workforce and sort of like help them out to get her mind off her husband because she thinks it'll be good for her. And then she realizes that like maybe there's something that she wants to pursue and that she wants to prove to herself, like I said, that she can do this without her husband. So, you know, an interesting story for a show. Like I don't really know even like what the story really is here besides what I just said. The other side characters I found annoying for me personally. Like sometimes the jokes were funny, but most of the time I just didn't really like them. And it was really in the second episode where I realized that like this is just not for me at all because it has that sort of cliche theme of like a rich girl and a work environment sort of vibe to it. Those type of jokes. As like she's trying to like figure out like what like a stapler is and like she's so confused by like the workplace and like the hours that they spend there and stuff like that. I feel like we're just past that. We've had so many movies like that that I feel like just in today's age, making those type of same jokes we've seen so many times before, it's like, I just don't really find that funny. I don't think a lot of people even relate to it. You know, like a rich person all of a sudden coming into like the workforce. It's like, can anyone really relate to that? That's not an actor or like a billionaire like what this woman is. It also has like a lot of girly sort of like night out vibes to it. Even with the soundtrack, it's like you know, like they play Single Ladies soundtrack and like just listen, as a 23-year-old guy, like I said, I shouldn't be watching this show. It's actually, I'm doing this a disservice even reviewing it. But it's a new thing that came out today, and I suffered watching 3 episodes of it, so I'm going to do a review on it. I'm sorry. And so yeah, the second episode, I just didn't like, and this is when I realized that the story is like her trying to be normal, and like the normal people, the everyday sort of people are trying to accept this rich woman coming into their environment as well. So it's a very relationship sort of base. It's like them trying to come together as friends. You know, I guess that's nice if that's what you're looking for in a show. I don't know. So thankfully, episode 3, Adam Scott does return. He didn't show up at all. Episode 2, I thought maybe he was just like a cheap cameo and we wouldn't see him again. He does show up. He's definitely not going to be a big part of the show at all. He has literally one little snippet in the third episode. He just plays the husband that's probably just going to show up and try to put her down. Maybe show up towards the end. I'm not really sure. But I will give it to the third episode because towards the end, there's actually a really funny cameo. And I actually enjoyed this whole bit that they did. It was like a 1 or 2 minute bit that I don't want to spoil, but I actually enjoyed it. Like, it was fun to see like this guy just come out of nowhere. And what they do with it. And Maya Rudolph, she's funny. Like I said, I enjoyed her on Saturday Night Live. I really haven't seen like too many of her movies since then. But like, she is a funny actress. She's right up there with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, the other SNL cast members that she was with. And there were times like whenever she said like the F word or something like that, it was sort of like a cheap, funny thing that she did, but it was fine. Just the story is just not there for me in this show, and like that's what I really am here for. I know it's a comedy show. My favorite comedies of all time, just so you have an idea of what kind of comedies I like, are like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, The Office, Parks and Rec. What else do I like? There's a couple other comedies I can't think of right now. But just like for me personally, I just need like a little bit more for my comedies, and like the jokes here just aren't for me. Like I just can't relate to the characters, can't relate to the story. I don't find it really all that funny at all. So that is my quick review for Loot. My rating, my collective rating for all 3 episodes is a 1.9 out of 5. It's not abysmal, but I will I know that there's an audience out there for it. That's why I'm giving it a point or two, because I know that it's just not for me, but there is a small audience out there that will probably like it. I won't be continuing watching it. I just they're only 30-minute episodes, so it's not too bad. And there is, I guess, like a charm to the show, I guess, if you really, really look for it. But like I have no interest in really continuing the show and really seeing like where all the characters end up. Like I really could care less. So if you enjoyed this review, make sure to like it and subscribe as we keep uploading new movies and TV shows that come out. But that's all I got for Loot. I'm sorry. I think this would probably be canceled after 1 season. I don't think it ever should have been made. I'm actually shocked that shows like this even get put out there and are greenlit, but I know why. It's a show that just feels like it has like an agenda behind it, and that just takes me out of it as well. So that's my quick little review for it. Like I said, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a great rest of the day.